Hi, my loves. Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I am Star. Y'all, I was not expecting to record a video right now, but God sent me this message. And baby, when I say this message hits, it just hits. So I'm going to go right into it. It comes from a song, and the song is Me by Tamia. Okay, I haven't heard this song in a very long time. Um, but let's get into it. Love was a former owner, but quiet is renting our house. It seizes my lips from speaking, but forms a sarcastic smile. Suspense now raised one of your eyebrows. You ask me if there's someone else. I replied, yes, yes. You ask me if it's another man. I said no. You laugh and say, is it a woman? I say yes. Surprisingly, you ask me for honey's name, and her name is me. And she loves me more than you'll ever know. Baby, this song right here, this song right here, this song right here. And her name is me, and she loves me more than you'll ever know. I finally see that loving you and loving me just don't seem to work at all. So patiently, she's waiting on me to tell you that she needs love. And to choose between you two, boy, you know, if I have to choose, I choose me. And she told me to tell you never to hurt me again. Because if you haven't heard, she's a bad chick, even though I haven't been. Yet and still, you try to test me by raising an angry hand. Put it down. Put it down. I'm leaving. Don't try and stop me. I'm late and she is waiting. My love for me is too much, so I can't stay. And she go in again saying, and her name is me, and she loves me more than you'll ever know. I finally see that loving you and loving me just don't seem to work at all. And patiently, she's waiting on me to tell you that she needs love. The scripture comes from Psalm 99. The Lord reigns, let the nations tremble. He sits enthroned between the cherubim, let the earth shake. Great is the Lord in Zion. He is exalted over all the nations. Let them praise your great and awesome name. He is holy. The King is mighty. He loves justice. You have established equity. In Jacob, you have done what is just and right. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his footstool. He is holy. Moses and Aaron were among his priests. Samuel was called among those who called on his name. They called on the Lord and he answered them. He spoke to them from the pillar of the cloud. They kept his statutes and the decrees he gave them. Lord our God, you answered them. You were to Israel a foreign God, though you punished their misdeeds. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy. So God is saying that this is for someone. You were in a relationship with a counterfeit. You were in a relationship with a counterfeit. And you had to deal with this person being upset. Like they were angry because you were sick of the relationship. You told yourself, you said to yourself, what is the point of me being in a relationship with somebody that is mistreating me, someone that wants to mishandle me, somebody that wants to put their hands on me? Why? Why should you have to deal with that? And I just feel like for whoever you are, you had to deal with a lot of turmoil in this relationship. You had to deal with a lot of heartache. You had to deal with a lot of pain. You had to deal with even some backlash from this person. Just by going with the song, your spouse may have assumed that you were messing around on them. They may have been accusing you of this. They may have been assuming that you were doing things behind their back that you weren't doing. They may have been trying to put all kind of negative attributes onto you that weren't even there. They were trying to abuse you. They were trying to mistreat you. And even when you listen to the lyrics, she says, love was a former owner, but quiet is renting our house. It seizes my lips from speaking, but forms a sarcastic smile. So this is a situation where you and this person, y'all used to have love. Y'all used to be happy. Y'all used to enjoy each other. But now it has gotten to a point to where love is no longer there. And regardless to if this is a situation where other parties were intruding on your relationship, regardless to if they're constantly friends involving themselves in what should be going on and what's going on, or family or whatever, I just feel like this is a situation where you two formed a relationship and then now it is out of disarray. It is no longer what it used to be. And regardless to if this person, your spouse, your ex-spouse, your counterfeit is trying to act as if they don't know what you're talking about. God says he knows. The Lord reigns, let the nations tremble. He sits enthroned between the cherubim, let the earth shake. Great is the Lord in Zion. He is exalted over all the nations. Let them praise your great and awesome name. He is holy. God says he sees all things. And this person is trying to act as if they don't know what you're talking about. And they trying to act as if they don't understand why you feel this way. And they're trying to act as if you're making stuff up. And they're trying to act as if it got to be somebody else and it got to be something else. And this is a tactic that some people use when they want to leave a relationship. Instead of them just saying, I found someone else and I want to be with someone else, they will sit and try to make you miserable and be mean and be nasty and do this and do that. And I don't want to hear, nobody trying to say that it's not true, because I have seen a thread about this, what people were talking about, what men were getting together talking about the moment when you start to hate your girlfriend. Like, if you start to hate somebody that you're supposed to be in a relationship with, you need to go ahead and end the relationship. Why would you carry on being in a relationship with somebody, being mean to them on purpose, hating them on purpose, mistreating them on purpose? They trying to fix you and they trying to comfort you and they trying to console you, and you the whole time they're trying to figure out what's wrong with you, and you are irritated by their presence. You're irritated by their existence. Then you don't need to be with them. And I just feel like this is somebody, they were treating you this way and you left. Either you left or you are, that's what God has said that you need to do. But I feel like this is somebody you left. And now they are trying to act as if they don't understand why you left. They're confused why you left. They don't see the reason as to why would you stay in a relationship that is in limbo? Why should you force them to be with you if they're acting as if they're so miserable? Regardless if they were acting this way because they saw somebody, they wanted to be with that person instead of you. So they started being mean to you. And then when you left, now they feel guilty. No, what's the point of feeling guilty now? You did exactly what they wanted you to do. Obviously, they wouldn't have been mean to you if they didn't want you to leave. They would, after a certain age, you don't do things on accident. Sometimes we can think that, oh, maybe they're accidentally, maybe they didn't mean to, maybe they were irritated, maybe they were this. But then you have to think about what you think about. You know, if you are the kind of person, you take extra steps, and just because such and such made you mad at the store doesn't mean that you got to have an attitude with your spouse. And you understand that. So why are they treating you that way? Because they had a bad day an hour ago, 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago. Somebody yelled at them, or somebody spoke to them in a way that they don't deserve to be spoken to. And now they're being mean to you. They are not making a mistake pushing that anger off on you. They didn't make a mistake when they decided to turn and have their back facing towards you in the bed. They didn't make a mistake when they realized that you were supposed to be on a date, and instead of being on a date and spending time with you and giving you the attention you deserve, they decided to carry on business as usual. They did not make a mistake when they decided that they were going to give more attention to strangers than they were to their spouse. They did not make a mistake when they decided they were going to go and hang out with their friends when they knew they were supposed to be watching a movie with you. They did not make a mistake. It was not an accident. And you just finally got to a point to where you realized that it was not because other people were influencing them to act this way. It's not because, I just feel like for someone, you were like, maybe it's because temptation is too strong for them. And then when you realize that you got rid of the temptation, they were still that way. They sought out to find it. You realize once you made it impossible for anyone to interrupt anything, they still sought out to find interruptions. You realize that it was not other people. It was not other things. It was them. This is how they wanted to treat you. And they were using all of these outside things as excuses to be able to treat you that way. Then you thought about the fact that you don't treat them that way, even though you have all kind of reasons as to why you should. You realize that you love yourself more than you wanting to be with them. And you realize that you may have been idolizing this relationship. God says here, that Lord our God, you answered them. You were to Israel a forgiving God, though you punished their misdeeds. So idolizing someone is something that is a sin. Idolizing being in a relationship with a specific person is a sin. If God is telling you that it is not meant for you to be with someone and you keep insisting on being with that person, you will have to deal with the wrath of God that may very well be this person literally breaking your heart. But once you wake up and realize that you don't just got to be with that person, and it is possible that God has somebody else for you, then you are able to break away from them and exit the wrath that God had you under. And whoever you are, you have just exited from this wrath. You have exited this relationship. You have reached a breaking point. And it doesn't mean like you could have left months ago. You could have broken up months ago, years ago for somebody. And you could, it already could be just now. But mentally, you have finally realized what God has been trying to show you. Mentally, you have finally released it. You are finally free. Whoever this person was, whoever this person is, they did not love you the way that you deserve to be loved. You are able and capable of loving yourself to an extent that is greater than they can love you, than they are loving you. You love yourself more. You love yourself better. I just feel like for whoever this is for, you are like, you did not even realize that you did not even need them there to love you the way that you deserve to be loved. I'm just saying, not even in a material sense, like just in a literal sense, like just the peace that you deserve, the calmness you deserve. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to be happy. You don't have to, like, you don't have to be rich to have happiness, to have joy, to have peace. But even on a material aspect, you deserve to have nice things, even if you are the person that are buying these things for yourself. Even if you are the one taking yourself out on dates. Even if you are the one taking yourself shopping. I just feel like God is saying that you deserve more than what you were bargaining for. And he's going to show you. He's going to show you. God, the love that God will give you will overshadow whatever this person was doing. Because this person, they did not give you the love that you deserve. And if you would have tried to patch it up and make it work and stay and fix it and all, they would have done nothing but less than what they were doing in the first place. And they already were doing a piss poor job. Excuse my French. They were doing awful. It was terrible. It was ridiculous. They were not treating you anywhere near the way that you deserve to be treated. And this is a I can do bad all by myself situation. Like, y'all, when I heard this song, it made me so emotional. Oh, man. The emotions just... But it is freeing. And I know that this message is not just for me. I know it's for somebody. God says you are free. You have freed yourself. And it's not a narcissistic thing. It's not a selfish thing. It's not that you are trying to be just self-absorbed and you're only worried about yourself and you're only worried about your... No. But if you don't worry about yourself and your well-being and your mental being, and you are not concerned about your happiness, who will? Because whoever this person, they surely weren't. They didn't care if you were happy or not. They were only worried about their self. They were only worried about how they felt. They didn't care about you, how you felt. They surely didn't care about how you felt when they were abusing you. They didn't care about how you felt when they were cheating on you. They were not concerned with your feelings when they were trying to talk to other people in your face. They were not concerned about your feelings when they were doing whatever they were doing behind your back and you found out about it. They did not care. They did not care. And that should be enough for you to realize that you deserve better, even if better is literally you and God. Even if it's God, it's better. It's better. It is better. It is better. It is better. It is better. Exalt the Lord our God and worship at his holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy. God says you have left the latter days for holy days. You have left those weak and heartbreaking nights for nights of peace, joy. You don't have to stress about what you used to have to stress about. You don't have to worry about what you used to have to worry about. You don't have to cry about what you used to cry about. And you deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve this. God says this is a peace that you deserve. This is happiness you deserve. This is love you deserve. And this person, whoever they are, have shown you time and time again that apparently they cannot love you the way that you deserve to be loved. And you have to love yourself enough to realize that they don't love you. You have to love yourself enough to realize they are trying to destroy you. You have to love yourself enough to realize that you don't deserve any of what they were dishing out to you. And that's the message. And, you know, like I said, I wasn't planning on making a video right now. But I just, like, it touched me. So I don't know who else this message is for. I know it's for me too. The king is mighty. He loves justice. You have established equity. In Jacob, you have done what is just and right. God says it is just and right. What God is doing in you right now is just and right. And you may be thinking, being by myself, being by myself. It is better for you to be by yourself than to be with someone who wants to destroy you, who does not love you, and who does not care about you. Whoever this person was, they did not love you, they hated you. For someone, they hated you. And they hated you to such an extent that just simply telling you they did not want to be with you was not good enough for them. They would not have told you that they didn't want to be with you until they saw you destroyed. What do I mean by destroyed? They wanted to see you overweight. You've been eating your feelings. Your skincare, you let go of your skincare routine, so now you have pimples everywhere. You can't dress the way you usually dress because they don't approve of anything. You can't go out and hang out with anybody. You haven't spent time with your family, so now you have no friends, no family to depend on. You done lost your job because they done stressed you out and you've been missing work like crazy. They wanted to see you completely destroyed, and then they would have said, okay, I'm done. This is what they wanted to do to you. This is what's for somebody, this is what they wanted to do to you. They wanted to get you to a low point, to a very low point. They wanted to get you to the lowest of the low points, and then they would have told you goodbye. And you would not have been the first person they did it to. Because that's what makes them feel special. It would have made them feel strong. It would have made them feel great. But God said no. Just like the Lord reigns, let the nations tremble. He sits enthroned between the cherubim, let the earth shake. Great is the Lord in Zion. He is exalted over all nations. Let them praise your great and awesome name. He is holy. God said no. They don't get that. They will not be standing over you, looking down upon you, and trying to tell you that you are not worthy of their love, when in reality, they are not worthy of your love. And that's the message. They are not worthy of you. They don't deserve you. Because if they did deserve you, they would have treated you right. But because they could not treat you right, they were incompetent with your heart. They were incompetent with your patience. They were incompetent with your time. They were incompetent with you. And they deserve to not be with you. They didn't want to be with you anyway. If they did, they would have been doing everything in their power to ensure that y'all were together. But they did everything in their power to break you. The only difference is, instead of them being able to break you, you saw what they were doing and you left. And for a lot of you, they chasing after you. And the only reason they chasing after you is because they are upset they didn't get to break you. They wanted to break you. They wanted you to be shattered. But God said no. He said no. And it's a hard no. It's a no and it's a hard no. And they going to keep trying. For some of you, you're going to have to watch your back because they may be trying to send traps for you. They may be trying to send people to try to trap you. They may be trying to send people after. They might try to come after you. They might try to do this. They might try to do that. But God said He Himself is protecting you. He Himself is keeping you covered. He Himself is ensuring that you will be just fine. It's too bad for them. They shouldn't have done you the way that they did. They shouldn't have done you. They may go about and they may cry and say that you did this and you did them like that and you did them like this. They shouldn't have did you the way that they did you. And they wouldn't have had to deal with that. It would have been a happily ever after for them. But it wasn't a happily ever after, because instead of them treating you right, they did you dirty. They did you dirty. And in reality, they should be happy because you did exactly what they were acting like they wanted you to do. They acted like you were bothering them. They acted like you were cramping that space, and they couldn't do what they wanted to do. And they felt like you were controlling them, and they felt like you were being mean, and they felt like you were keeping them from being able to hang out with their friends, and they felt like you were keeping them from doing this, and you were stopping them from doing that. Now they have all the time to do whatever it is that they feel like they want to do, and now they are upset because, yeah, they got all the time to do what they want to do, but you're not destroyed. And that's not what they wanted. They wanted you to be destroyed, and then they will be able to happily do. No, 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 no. God said no to that. Their request was denied. Their request was denied. They have been granted the request to be able to do whatever it is they want to do. They got their request. They got the request that they'll be able to hang out with their friends as much as they want to. They got that request. And they got the request to be alone and free to mess around with whoever they feel like they need to mess around with. But the request to destroy you in the process has been denied. And this is not you selfish. You're not selfish. You're not narcissistic. You're not being mean. You're not being hateful. You're not being nasty. This is a situation where you needed to see how much you love yourself, and you needed to love yourself more than you love them because they wanted to destroy you. And it's a difference between wanting to do anything for somebody that wants to love you, that is trying to give you their all, just like you're trying to give them your all, and you loving someone that wants to destroy you. Because when you love someone that wants to destroy you, and you want to give somebody that wants to destroy you everything, you are basically agreeing to destroy yourself. And God said you drew the line exactly where you needed to draw the line. The line had to be drawn. And that's the message. That's the message. That's the end. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Deuces.